Hello, welcome back to my channel. I've just done a shop and I've unpacked, and I thought that I would show you what I bought. So I bought some Halloween stuff because I'm doing a video later doing decorate my room for Halloween. I've actually yesterday I spent the entire day, when I mean the entire day, planning videos, and I've come up with 11 videos for October. So October's a busy month. If I get a full-time job, then stuff might not happen like I want it to, but I got this boo sign. I think it's quite nice, and I've also got a colour changing spider, which I thought was quite nice. There was a few other bits, like the fancy lights that were like £20, but they were £3 each. And then got a loose onion for 13p. I got some British parsnips for 60p. And then I got some sage for 70p. And today we are making, let me get what I am making. So if you know last time, I've actually still got some left. Don't know whether any of you tried it, because actually I only went up yesterday. But I made it like 3 or 4 days ago. A spice, I was going to say if you made it, but I literally filmed it like 4 days ago and then I went up last night. Spiced toffee apple cake. We're now on the parsnip apple soup. But what I also did the other day, which I didn't film, but if you want to know how to make this, there is a video, I want to say July 2019. I made some cheese scones, look at them. Look at them for cheese scones. Made some cheese scones, so they will be up on my channel. Well, they are up on my channel. They were, I did do a video about that about a year ago, so. Now then, we don't need obviously the Halloweeny bits. I don't know if I didn't check if I had an onion, so I bought one anyway, because you never know. You never know what you need for, let's put my Halloween stuff away. I say let's crack on and make the soup. We are making can't remember what I said I was making. Parsnip and apple soup. So, as you can probably tell, I only bought 3 things. You will need, I don't know how, ooh, I haven't bought enough parsnips. This bag is 500 grams and I need 800 grams. Didn't buy enough parsnips, so we'll just have to like scale it down. So we need veg stock. Got my veg stock. Got stacks of veg stock. Onion, 200 chopped. Ground nutmeg. We have stacks of nutmeg. Everything in here seems to be nutmeg. Parsnip, 800 grams. And I didn't really check how big the bag was, and there's only 500 grams in there. We need. Now I'm trying to decipher how, I'm not going to wait, I might just use 2 apples, but I don't know if they weigh 300 grams or not. But I don't have enough parsnips, so it'll be alright. 10 grams salt and pepper and fresh sage. So, the first thing we need to do is get the onion in the pan cooking. So we're gonna, if you don't know how to chop an onion, I do onions. Oh, before we get into cooking this, please give it a massive like and subscribe. So I cook onions, well, I didn't actually cook onions, but I used to chop onions like all the time. I think literally like the only thing I ever did on my channel was seem to cut onion and everything on video. And then it got to the point where I haven't chopped recently. I just see, chop it in half, but you keep the root on, and then you go down the line. So what I was saying is, I used to cut onions all the time, and then I didn't cut them for it feels like about a year, and now I've been doing them every single video again. So once you cut it down the middle, you just go down the middle. Theoretically, you should have a waist ball for your waist, but You know what, I don't, because and when you get to the root, I actually bought some skewers to make some chicken like kebabs, and I was going to do it for a video. But I'm not sure where the kebab sticks are. They've either fallen out of my bag and they're in the boot, or I didn't put them in the bag in the first place. Basically, you just basically dent the lines. Oh my god, my eyes are going. People think glasses help. Glasses do not help. I'm getting a waste bowl because we've got a lot of parsnips to chop. I'm getting a waste bowl. My eyes are gone. You know, like when your eyes just water. So the first thing you do is you do it in the pan you're going to cook your actual soup in. So. Need a big pan. And you're gonna get, can you see that pan? Is that all good? You're gonna get some oil in it, and we're gonna heat up. You're gonna heat up the onion. You're gonna let the oil warm up, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna heat the oil up. You're gonna put, where's this waste bowl gone? This onion in it. But you're going to put it in with the nutmeg, and you're going to sauté, which basically just means like stir occasionally and stuff like that. So once that's warm, you can always drop in a bit of onion. So obviously that's not sizzling, so it's not done. I've already put too much oil in. But when it starts sizzling, you then get the rest of your onion in. You don't want to necessarily colour it, you just want to get it like par cooked. Next, you want to put some of your nutmeg in. I'll put 2 big dollops of nutmeg in. It may seem a lot now. Maybe be too much for your onion, but when you put the rest of it in. So whilst that's sautéing, you're gonna do your parsnips now. Here's where actually we better have another onion, because I need another onion for something else I'm making. That nutmeg is pretty strong. So what you're going to do now is you're going to peel every single parsnip in your bag. But a parsnip is nice and easy, so you can just go down like that. And just go down like that. And then you're going to chop the top off anyway. Some of these are quite skinny, so be careful. And because it's a soup, we're going to do a mirepoix of veg, which essentially is like a rough cut of veg. So you want to peel down. I should probably do it into my waste bowl, and then I've realised my waste bowl's too small. See, that's quite like witch's noses. You can actually get purple. Don't know if you can get them in the shops or not, but there is such thing as purple carrots. The parsnips are with the tougher kind of veg. I would never personally, if you know how quick and easy it is to make a soup, I would just quickly make one. There's no point in, I know a good old Heinz tomato soup is good, but I would never choose that over a fresh soup. But then again, I wouldn't necessarily choose parsnip and apple soup. Like, you're always disappointed when they look like chips, but then they're not. Like, oh, it's a healthy version, it's a healthy chip. But people cook these on a roast for like chips and that. So now you've got your parsnips peeled, you're gonna top and tail them, and then it doesn't really matter how you cut them, as long as they're all the same size. As I said, and they can go straight in. As I said, you're going to saute these for like a couple of minutes. What I'm saying is parsnips are on the tougher end of the veg. You're going to put your them in. So they need to be reasonably small. If they're like massive pieces, they're going to take forever to cook. Because if you've ever roasted a parsnip, for example, you will know that they take a while to roast. And you want all your pieces roughly the same size. They don't have to be the same shape, but the same size would be ideal. So what you're doing is, you're just topping and tailing. Don't take too much off, because then you waste like half the parsnip. You just need like the tiny bit. And all you really need is that root off the top. Believe it or not, it's Monday today, which is floor wash day, so I know that's clean. So you will need a reasonable big pan, because it will start fill up, especially if you have got, it says serve 6. I didn't buy any parsnips because I didn't really check at the time. So mine will probably serve 4, I would say, but it just depends, because it depends, everyone has what they have as a serving. So some people say a big bowl full of serving, but then some people do like half a bowl and say it's serving, so it just depends. So you want to turn this back on, and you just want to stir your parsnips through that onion, that nutmeg, get it back up on the heat, get it, can you see exactly what's in the pan? You probably can't, but you always have home cooking when you're here. Quite often you have a homemade soup, like last week with broccoli and Stilton. Neither of my mum or dad likes blue cheese, so I got most of that. Keep your eye on that pan, but you can get peeling your apple. If you want to be exact, it does say 200. It does say 300 grams of apple. So if you do want to weigh your apple, feel free. Or I just got 2 large ones. Make sure what you've got in the pan doesn't start burning, because then when you start boiling it with the veg stock, it will give like a burnt aftertaste. Right, it's starting to stick and I can't stir it whilst I'm doing the apple. So, to do a good apple, you basically put your apple in quarters. That's the main aim. Then you go across and you get the core out. So each quarter is going to have a bit of core. and then you just slice it in half, half again, and you quarter each quarter. But these will turn into mush in no time. I would do the apple on the chunkier side, just because you know the parsnips are going to take a while, so you don't want these to be tiny. If you do use apple too small, they'll just burn, especially because you've got parsnips in there that will take a while. You don't particularly want to, they can go straight in. You don't want to, that's still the oil that's hot. You don't want to burn. So down the middle. Just want to get your apple in, but make sure you decoring that, because the middle will have, you've got the core, it's also got the seedy bits. I haven't got any plans this week at all, so I'm going to just smash out thousands of videos. I mean thousands, loads. I actually, depending on how long it takes me to like clear up and stuff, I might actually have time for a second video today, because there is one I can do without going to the shops, which I'm not going to say because just in case it is happening, because I wrote a checklist yesterday of every single video I'm going to do this month, and the second half is full of Halloween videos, and I'm so excited. I did a few last year. I did pumpkin soup, and like last year I did pumpkin soup. I did pumpkin carving. I did decorating for Halloween, but I think I did the pumpkin carving and the Halloween stuff all in one video. So you just want to saute this off for a couple of minutes. Give it that nice, without it going all over the floor, especially today when I just washed the floor. Rubbish is going to go in the bin. And actually, if I can find the skewers that I bought, I'm going to make some chicken kebab. But there is another video, that's not the video I was thinking of that I can do today. But there are some chicken kebabs that can be done. And there's another video. I'm going to do a video, I might as well tell you, weird food combinations. So that's the video that's happening, weird food combinations. So, I'm going to get my jug. Depends how much you got in, depends how much stock you need. But you should need around about 500 mils. So I'm just going to boil my kettle, because then it's boiling water already, and it will cook quicker. So what you do is, whilst that is cooking, is you get your stock cube, you open it up, you get it in there, you can put the wrapper straight in the bin or just put it on the side for now, and then you can crush it up with a fork. Push it up into like a paste. And then when that water's ready, you just stir it in like so. Let's get this back on. Let's get stirring this through. You can smell the nice flavours. Some very nice nutmeggy flavours. but you don't want it to burn. So what you do is, you fill it, and then you give it a quick stir through to make sure the stock you dissolves, and then you add the bit in. Maybe half, maybe like a third or a quarter, and then you give it a stir through. Obviously there's way more veg than stock at the moment. You give it a stir through, and then you put another bit in. You do it in batches, you don't put it all in at once. And then when it starts boiling, this should take 15-20 minutes to boil through. So obviously I won't film during that. But, and if there's any like stock, like left in the bottom, which I don't have, you just scrape it out. Ideally you need a lid, but the lid might overflow it, so I'm not going to put a lid on. What you do now, while that is doing its thing, you open up your sage. There's this sage chopper from Lakeland that I really want, and it's £20. So you get like a lump of sage like that. Let me see how much sage it says. Get like 5 or 6 leaves. You don't want loads. You don't want loads. And then you simply just chop it through. If you want to get rid of this stalk bit, you can, but that does add a lot of flavour. You just roll it up and you chop it up really fine, really nice and small. And it's up to you whether you put it all in or whether you leave some for the top. If you do it in like a batch like me, you might not need any for the top. Depending on if you're presenting it in like a restaurant or something, you probably want a little bit to go on the top. And they've also got a drizzle of rapeseed oil on the top as well. If you want to go fancy. But you can always put it all in and chop some more for the top anyway. So that you put the sage in now, because when it's boiling, boiling it through brings out the flavour. So it brings out that lovely flavour. It's quite darkish soup, like a light browny colour soup. So this is going to take, simmer gently for around 20 minutes or until the parsnip apples are softened. Remove from the pan from the heat and leave to cool slightly, then blitz. So that's what we're going to do, so I'm going to catch you in 20 minutes. So the soup is made and blitzed. It's on the thick side because I let it boil a bit too much. So, to fix a thick soup, I'm going to just put some cold water in this jug because this has got the flavour of the veg stock. We're going to turn it on and we're going to heat this veg. I'm only going to add a little bit because I don't want what you call a liquidy soup. I think this is a better consistency already. I just need to warm it through and get it heated up. So obviously that was not hot water, it just came straight out of the tap. You don't want your soup, this is the thing with soup, you don't want it like too thick. You don't want it too thick, but you don't want it too thin. You just want it to nicely coat the back of that spoon. As you can tell, I didn't really tidy up during that time. Just want to heat it through, get it to a good temperature. You could also add a little bit of cream into this if you want like a creamy sort of soup. I did have quite a bit of cream in, but obviously I used it all for the pizza rolls. Cream isn't something we normally have in the house. Turns out the chicken skewers that chicken skewers that I bought, I seem to have left in the shop, so I'm going to have to go and buy some more, because that's what I was going to make for my dinner, but it is getting a bit late because it is. That is done. I'm actually going to put a tiny bit in this waste bowl. Because it is, I don't know if you can hear the telly on, but I'm watching, for some reason at 2 PM in the afternoon, they've got the Great British Sewing Bee on. Normally between 2 and 3, oh, it is still a little thick. It is a little thick. I basically didn't have enough water in it. And I could do with more parsnips, because it actually doesn't work out. Doesn't actually, when it bubbles up and heats up, it actually thickens more. So it doesn't actually. What I'm trying to say is, it wasn't enough parsnips either, because it's not like a huge amount. But the amount I have got, we're going to let cool down. I've only got a little bit, but it is quite a, what I call a thick, chunky soup. And it is that sort of like dark browny colour that I was on about. Ooh, it's all you can taste is parsnips, so if you're not a huge parsnip fan, I maybe wouldn't necessarily go for it. A bit. Oh, all you can get is parsnip. It's not that bad. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm now going to get my tub. I actually might start Halloween baking soon, because I have a couple of autumn cooking and Halloween videos that I want to film. But I've also got like a few challenge videos I want to do as well. I'm just filming as much as possible at the moment. This is more of the right consistency. Don't want it too thick. I'm also going to watch Tenable once I've cleared up. I'm going to watch some Tenable. So this is a nice soup. So that's how much it made. So if you want to know roughly, I actually didn't finish all this, so I can have a bit more in there. So it does make a good helping worth of soup. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'm giving that a 6 out of 10.